Greetings, everybody. Welcome to your video series on an introduction to sociology. The topic for this video is George Mead. Let's get started. So who was George Mead? George Mead was a symbolic interactionist. If you remember from chapter 1, symbolic interactionism is a micro-level perspective trying to understand human behavior in terms of our everyday individual interactions based on the use of symbols and learning and labeling. He was very similar to the work of Charles Cooley with the looking glass self, but George Mead has a much more involved theory, which we're going to call the theory of the self. This, again, is Mead's way of trying to understand how we develop a sense of our own identities through our interactions with other people. He said there are two parts of our identities. There is what he calls the I, which is subjective. This is your own interpretation or feelings about yourself. The I is unaffected by societal expectations and norms. This is the kind of I want rather than I should. I want to be playing video games rather than going to class, for example. I want to hang out with my friends rather than do my homework. I want to sit home and watch Netflix rather than go to work. That is your I, according to Mead. He said that is often in competition, however, with what he calls the me. The me is the objective part of you, which is influenced by society. He says the me is that part of us that is concerned about what other people are thinking, whether we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. This is the I should, right? I should be going to class. I should be doing my homework. I should be getting ready for work, as opposed to I want to be playing video games. I want to be watching Netflix. I want to be hanging out with my friends. So the me, again, is that part of you that feels the pressure from other people, whether it's your parents, your caregivers, your friends, other family members, teachers, whoever you're feeling that, I should be doing this because this person thinks I should be. So that's the I and the me. For some people, the me is much bigger than the I. They are constantly focused on what other people are thinking. They're constantly focused on trying to please others and meet the expectations of others. And for some of us, the I is bigger. Although we still care what other people think, according to George Mead, the I, if it's bigger than the me, you are more likely to be engaged in the kinds of things you want to be doing as opposed to the kinds of things you think you should be doing. So Mead doesn't stop with the I and the me. He also says all of us have a group of people called the significant others. He's using this term not like we often use it in terms of the one person that we are in love with or having a relationship with or married to. Significant others, according to Mead, can be anybody that we hold in high esteem. This is the group of people that we really want to please. We want to get their approval. We want to have their admiration. This can be our parents, our grandparents. This can be a group of friends or teachers, religious leaders. Anybody that we value their opinion can fall under the significant other group. Mead says all of us also have what he calls the generalized others. Generalized others are everybody we come into contact with on a daily basis. This can be people on the public transportation system we're using. This can be people in the store that we are passing by in the aisles or standing behind in line to get checked out. This can be people at the gym. This is other people in a classroom. The generalized others are the other students who are enrolled in this online course. Mead believes that all of these people, although they're not significant to us and we may not even know them or be paying attention to them, their very presence is having an impact on our behavior. In other words, we would behave differently if we were completely alone, as opposed to surrounded by generalized others, or if the generalized others were significant others. That's going to change our behavior. The point here is these groups of people are all impacting how we behave and how we see ourselves. Now, Mead does not stop there. He goes on to say we also all have reference groups in our lives. And you may remember reference groups from an earlier chapter. Reference groups are the people that we want to be like. These are different from our significant others who we just want their admiration and approval. Reference groups are people who we aim to be like. So for example, if you're majoring in nursing, then nurses or RNs are going to be your reference group. These are the people who have come before you, who have already graduated with their degree, passed their licensure exam, are working in a hospital or a clinic somewhere. So that becomes your reference group. So for any of you studying whatever kind of major or career you're wanting to go into, the people already in that career would be an example of a reference group. Maybe a reference group could be students in general who are doing well in a particular topic or who have already graduated college. That can be a reference group for you as well. And then lastly, Mead says we all have individuals generally out of that reference group who he refers to as role models. These are the single individual or a single individual who we say, yes, this is the person who I admire the most, who I look up to the most, and who I hope to be like one day. It can be a famous person, it can be a celebrity, it could be a sports figure, or it could be someone only you know, a particular family member, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, or a friend, or a teacher. So Mead says all of these people in general, whether it's your significant other, whether it's the generalized other, your reference group, your role models, all of these people that you encounter are having an impact on your behavior and they're having an impact on your identity. So what I'd like you to think about then is what are these individual pieces like for you? How would you define your I? What is it about you that you think separates you from other people? How would you go about defining your me? What are the people or who are the people and the ideas that you hold on to that you think you should be doing as a result of your relationship with these particular people? Who are your significant others? Who are the people you're looking up to in your life? Where do you see the generalized others in your day-to-day activities, whether it's driving to school, driving to work, hanging out at the store, the downtown restaurant or bar that you might like to go to? The other people in that establishment are your generalized others. Who are your reference groups? What are the groups of people that you look up to and want to emulate? And then lastly, what is that single role model? Who is that one person that you most look up to and hope to be like one day? That's going to do it for now. Thanks for checking in. Never stop learning, and remember, sociology is everywhere.